This attractive stretch of river on the Norfolk Broads has been used by sailing enthusiasts for more than a century. But it's only in the last 20 years or so that these old waterways, formed by extensive digging for peat in the Middle Ages, have seen a new sort of traffic. Diesel-driven, glossy leisure craft, bringing pleasure seekers of a different kind, and reflecting the 20th century dream, a life of carefree indolence with all mod cons. While some may regret what they see as an unwelcome intrusion on traditional Broadland life, the higher fleet catalogues have a story of their own to tell. The sailing craft have for many years been virtually ousted from all but a handful of pages, and the reason is largely economic. While Norfolk people themselves may prefer sailing, the rugged nature of the sport has less attraction for the city dweller, who, while being attracted to the idea of a waterborne holiday, is less than ready to give up his creature comforts. Gordon Bowers and Keith Beecham, directors of a hire fleet company, have been studying this problem for several years, and they now see the chance of a breakthrough. In recent years, it has been difficult to know how to meet the demands of modern holidaymakers in terms of amenities on board a yacht, while at the same time keeping the hire charge competitive with its fiberglass and chrome counterpart, the motor cruiser. This boatyard at Wayford Bridge builds and hires out both types of craft. And although the motor cruiser is likely to provide the major part of the business for many years, the demand for yachts shows hopeful signs of being on the increase. But whereas the fiberglass hull of a modern cruiser is comparatively cheap to build and maintain, the wooden hull of a yacht is a piece of highly skilled craftsmanship, needing great care in its construction and maintenance. It's no accident that yachting has become the sport of the rich. To build a yacht from scratch needs great capital outlay. To buy one, even more. To get round this problem, Gordon and Keith have hit on an idea unique to the Broads. Derelict hulls, now useless to their private owners, are rescued and reconstructed to their original condition. And in this way, construction costs are slashed.
The old hull, it's a traditional shape, it's approved design, it's evolved over many, many years, right from the wherries. It's a design that you'll not find anywhere else in the world. It's peculiar to the Norfolk Broads. And quite honestly, you can't beat it for the Norfolk Broads.
A boat with water pouring from a rotting hull is virtually useless. And this one was destined for the bonfire. But to Gordon Bowers, the challenge is not purely a commercial one. Boat building has been in his family for many generations. And the satisfaction of giving, through his skill, a new lease of life to these old craft is a satisfaction that only a master craftsman, perhaps, would understand.
Right. Quite rotten, Keith.
Oh, gosh, she is too, isn't she? I tell you what, that's not...
Huh?
That's not quite as loud as what I thought it was.
I reckon so. You have to plate that all the way round. I think the keel will be all right.
Yeah. She's
But
doubled
look,
up
I mean,
more than I thought she
She's rotten as a pear.
Be a complete replank job, won't it?
I think so.
It's gone all the way along here, isn't it?
Yeah. We use the keel though.
Cool, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keel will be all right, but the rest has had it.
Look at that. It's nearly 100 years old.
Yeah?
Like
Was it
90.
1888, wasn't it?
Yeah. Crumbles. Mahogany's always the same in this water, though.
While one boat waits its turn for the craftsman's skill, in the workshop, another is waiting completion. Like any business, deadlines have to be met. In this case, the start of the new hiring season. But in spite of this, the craftsman's skill cannot be rushed, even if this means working long into the night.
Wood is a living material, and fiberglass is a man-made dead material. You can treat wood with loving care, but how you can treat fiberglass with love, I don't know. You get the The people that have never been on a boat before, and the first thing they think of is, a nice shiny, gold-plated, aluminium, fiberglass hull. But really, they'll never come up to the scratch of a wood boat. We modernise them, but we modernise them in the traditional style. We put a shower on, and we put hot water on. And now it means to say that you've got a boat with all the modern conveniences, but it's still got all the best sailing qualities of a traditional board boat.
Yeah, how you doing? How's it going, Keith? All right, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Are we going to make it on time, do you think?
Oh, I think so. We've got the most of it's under control. There's bits and pieces to do now, virtually. We've got the rubbers on, going, bin irons to go on. Yeah. I've made the gammon iron on the after end fitting for the bowsprit.
What's Joe reckon about sails?
Well, they should be ready on time. We hope.
We hope.
And there's a rudder to put in, which we can't put in until we've lifted her up, because there's not enough height.
What about the tiller? You've got to make one of those yet?
I've still got to get a bit of ash for that.
Oh, gosh, yeah, all right. We'll have to get some ash in for that.
Trouble is, find a nice dry piece.
Yeah.
But,
you know. What about sort of paint-wise? We're virtually done there now, are we? Or?
Well, there's two more coats to go on.
And
that's it.
Yeah. The timber that we get for the masts and spars these days, in fact, is locally grown, 5-6 miles from here at Westwick. And this is Seeker spruce, beautiful timber, light, strong, and very nice to work. The planking is Douglas fir. The ribs and all the main timbers and the keel of the boat are in oak, and the cabin, cockpit, and all the bulkheads are in mahogany.
Billy, he's 67. He's the finest engineer on the Broads. Not only an engineer, but, well, what he doesn't know about boats, engines and blacksmithing and, well, there's just no one to touch him. I would say it's the best we've done so far. And I'm very proud, not only for myself, but for everyone that's worked on it.
The complete refit has cost us somewhere in the region of £7,000. This includes mast boom, a completely new set of sails, and all the timber and labour that's gone into the boat. And as far as recouping this cost, this is going to be somewhere in the region of about 2¼ seasons. Had, in fact, we built a new boat, we would have been talking somewhere in the region of about 4, probably 5 seasons to recoup our cost. We've increased the sail area from something like 520 square feet to 660. But we've extended the jib by putting a 3/6 bowsprit on the boat. And this has taken the driving force that much further forward and done away with the weather helm. And increased the performance, a tremendous amount. I should think we've got a good boat there now for the next 20, 30 years. I think the man that has the motor cruiser for a holiday probably has never sailed in his life. He comes down onto the Broads, or one of the other waterways for that matter, and has a motor cruiser for his week's holiday. And in a lot of cases, he's a family man with probably young children that need the modern facilities that the motor cruisers have got nowadays. In fact, now we are converting several people from motor cruisers to yachts.
Whoa, hang on, that cradle got me moved.
I know.
See, you all sweating.
Let's have the other shot this end now.
I tell you what, you got a bolt on the inside, nut on the inside there now, Bernie.
Yachtsmen are a funny breed. They don't mind what the weather does, as long as the wind blows. If they get a good blow and a good sail, they come back having had a lovely week. Where the other folks, they like the sunshine and a nice still air. Yachtsmen, generally speaking, are a lot more hardy types, the outdoor types. People that really like to get away from it all, to put an old pair of trousers on and an old anorak, and couldn't care less what they look like for the week. They don't bother to shave all week, they don't bother to wash all week half the time, and they have a ball. They have a wonderful time. They have some good sailing and really enjoy themselves.
He's all right. Stand by to go about.